This has been quite the journey, quite the journey. I'm not even going to get into all of that, but to be in this moment and to be able to live in this moment is a true blessing. So I want to thank everyone who is supporting this, everyone, like I said, who said congratulations, and even those who aren't a fan. I want to thank you because it's people like you who push me to do the right thing and who remind me that God will always provide, and not to just rely on people, and to just truly trust his plan and what he has planned for your life. So I don't want to keep you long, but let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it. I am now an author. Not your standard definition, believe it. But before I start talking about the book, let me talk about how we even got to this point. No, I didn't see myself being an author. And even when I made my post, y'all were putting some big things over my life. I got that I was about to be a pastor. I was going on a speaking tour. I got that I was casted for something, some big production. I got all kinds of things. And I am very gifted, grateful to God. And I do have a lot of gifts and talents. But one thing I have to be careful about is just making sure that I'm not always going according to my plan, but believing in the Word of God and his plan for my life. And so he gave me this book concept a little while ago, had some people speak some things over my life, but of course sometimes you run away from that because that's not what you have planned. But when you put down your plans and pick up God's, your life changes, it transforms. When you start believing and what you really are here to do, your whole life transforms. When you believe in you again, your whole life transforms. So got to this point, I put it down, I wasn't thinking about it, and then God spoke a word to me. I was going through a lot in my life, going through a breakup after 5 years, and a lot of other things going on, still carrying on, pushing through, doing everything with a smile, encouraging other people. How do you do that when you're going through what you're going through? Who knows? Nobody but God. But what I'm going to say is I was going through it. And through it all, because God put this on me, because God said I have a message for you to get out to my people, I had to stay consistent, persistent, and ready. So no matter what I was going through, this book was going to get done. And this book is not about me. It's about the world. It's about our youth. It's about you. It's an easy read for all age groups. It's simply talking about just believing again. And no, not your standard definition. We break down what believe means in this book. This is something where I wrote it, but then I was going through what I was going through. And as I was going through editing and rereading, I felt a change and a shift in my life. I felt different. I felt relieved. I finally remembered who I was, and I started believing again. This is why it's important to grab this book. It's an easy read, simple. People don't read anymore. I wanted it so that people could read again. God put it on my spirit. Don't have no 500-page book when you can get it done in 60. The message that's in this book will transform and bless your life. I've had people read it. I've had them come back to me of all age groups. I even gave it to a college student. That was the first book that they completed since high school. And you know what they said? They said that they believe they can do anything after reading this. It's not about me. I love the support. I would love for you to support me and get your book, but it's about you. If you're going through things in your life, if you're stuck, if you're paralyzed, if you are looking for what your next move is, it's probably because you stopped believing in who you are. And it's time that you be reminded of who you are and really start believing in the power that you really truly do possess. So, I don't know, y'all. I cried like 5 times today, so I'm all cried out for now, but God has truly used me with this one. And as I read this last night before I even decided that I was going to really do this today, I was reminded on why it's important that this is out. So, pre-orders are now available. To get your book, all you have to do is go to itsharoldkeefe.com. And then if you want it, that's the whole website, itsharoldkeefe.com. But if you want to get straight to purchasing your book, itsharoldkeefe.com/bookstore. Listen, Get these to your college students that are just going to school. Get these to those who are in need. Get this book to those who are just going through something. Let me tell you something, and I said growing through something, not going through something. You don't want to just give people this stuff when they're going through something, because you have to realize that they're also growing through the process. But if they don't have the necessary tools to help them and assist them on their journey and their transition, they won't get to their destination. So, not your standard definition, believe it. You ask, what is this book cover about? Okay. I'm going to give you a little explanation behind the book. In this life, things are going to happen. Your world is going to get tossed upside down. Anything can happen. However, there comes a time where you have to hit your brakes. You know how you're driving in a car, you just have so much going on. You're on autopilot. You're trying to get home. You're not thinking about what's going on. You're just driving because you know you're going to get home. You're going to deal with it. You got so much on your mind. But then you hit that stop sign and you put a halt on it. And you stop. And then all of a sudden you freshen up. You wake up again. And then now you're focused on something else. You're focused on the road. You're focused on your journey. You're focused on getting to your destination. You're no longer an autopilot. You're now paying attention to your surroundings. Believe it. Sometimes we need to take a stop and just think about our lives. Stop. Think about who we are. Stop and believe in ourselves again so we can get to the next level, regardless of what's going on around us. Because guess what? The life, the world, everything around you will continue on as long as you're here on this earth. But what you do and how you respond makes the difference. I'm excited about this. This is something I hold close to my heart. And on the website, there's a blog, there's other things where we're going to talk about life, lessons, and leveling. Life, lessons, and leveling. But let's start right here. Get your copy. Not your standard definition. Believe it. Harold Keith. Listen, I promise you, it'll change your life. It'll have you thinking about things that you probably haven't thought about in some time. I promise you, if you put action behind what's in this book, your life will transform. Because after all, it all starts with believing in yourself. All right, thank you for joining me. It's a little bit about the book. I'll be back a little later on, maybe not today, but I'll be back so we can talk a little bit more about this whole process. You can ask your questions. We can get down to it. Remember, it's haroldkeith.com/bookstore. Available right now. All right? Thank you.
Website again.
Website one more time. It's haroldkeith.com. I'll also make a post after we close down this live taping, live from Sip Paint Smile Studios. Yes, I done made it a studio, but it is already a studio, Sip and Paint. I support those who support me, and let me tell you something. Appreciate you. Thank you again. I'm humbled by this experience. I hope that this does something. I hope that you really do purchase this book, and I hope it really does transform your life like it has mine. Honestly, I do believe it.